Okay, so I'm going to introduce Becky, who's from Easy Fundraising. She's going to run through what Easy Fundraising is, how it works and how your group can benefit. And then hopefully if you've got any questions, you'll have lots of opportunities, as there are so few of you. You'll be able to ask as many questions as you want. Yeah. So over to Becky.
Thank you. Thanks, Catherine. Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming along today. Just going to share my slides. Just bear with me. So I'll try not to take too long today because I'm sure you're probably all busy, but what I'm going to do is talk you through how Easy Fundraising works and how you can use it to raise funds for your organisation. So by the end of the session, hopefully you're going to know how Easy Fundraising works and how to get started. You'll know about the free support that we give good causes to help them raise as much as possible. And I'm also just going to touch on some of the bigger donations. It's just the opportunity around Christmas shopping. So what is Easy Fundraising? We're a free online fundraising platform whereby you and your supporters of your organisation can raise money just by shopping online. It's entirely free. You'll hear me say that a lot probably through this session, but it's entirely free for good causes and it's entirely free for supporters as well. We've been going since 2007 and in that time we've raised, I think we're just coming up to, I've put 35 there, but I think it's 37 now actually. I think we just updated recently. And the good thing about Easy Fundraising is because it's all online, it's something that's completely safe. It's if your supporters or people connected to your organisation aren't able to come along to your fundraising events, or you're not able to hold events, or people just aren't able to, you're not able to gather in the same way as we used to, are we? But this is a way that people that are interested in supporting your organisation can do so safely from home. And it's also unrestricted funds. So anything you raise through Easy Fundraising can be used for whatever you need. So lots of our causes use it simply for their running costs to keep the lights on. You can raise for a specific project if you want, but it doesn't matter to us. It is unrestricted funding in that sense. So how does it work? So you create a free Easy Fundraising page on our site for your organisation. And quite simply, you're just asking supporters to use Easy Fundraising whenever they want to shop online, because what happens is when they shop online through the Easy Fundraising site, the retailer that they shop with will send your organisation a donation based on how much the shopper has spent, but at no extra cost to the shopper. So quite simply, rather than if somebody wanted to shop with Marks and Spencer's, for example, rather than them going to the Marks and Spencer's site, they simply access Marks and Spencer's through Easy Fundraising. I'm going to show you in a minute how that works. And then if they go on to make a purchase, then a certain percentage of what they have spent goes to your good cause. So if they're going to spend £50 at Marks and Spencer's, they're still going to spend £50. They're not going to spend any more because it's the retailer that pays the donation, not the shopper. So the reason that this is kind of great at the moment is because everybody is online shopping for Christmas. And actually over the last the pandemic time, if you like, online shopping has grown and grown and grown for obvious reasons. You know, we actually couldn't go physically to the shops for a lot of last year, so people have got more comfortable with shopping online. Retailers have got better with their online offerings. Lots of retailers do have a much better online offering than they used to. And what that means is that more and more people are going to be doing their shopping online over Christmas and beyond. There's just a few stats here. I won't read them all out, but yeah, the one that shouts out to me is like nearly 60% of festive shoppers have said in a survey lately that they plan to do all or most of their Christmas shopping online. Lots of them are going to have it all done by the 30th of November, apparently. And apparently 1 in 7 are already completely done and finished with their Christmas shopping, which I don't know who these people are, but it's certainly not me. But the good thing here is that your supporters, you and your supporters, your service users, your volunteers, your staff, anyone connected to your organisation will probably be shopping online anyway. So you're not asking them to do something that they're not already doing. You're literally just saying, if you're going to be shopping online anyway, just do it through Easy Fundraising and you'll raise money for us for free at the same time. And we're actually predicting that 1.6 million will be raised by shoppers using Easy Fundraising over the Christmas period, so October, November, December. So it would be great, you know, if your organisation can have a share of that. We partner with over 6,000 retailers, so it is all the retailers that you and your supporters are shopping with anyway. It's your Amazons, your eBays, John Lewis, Marks and Spencers, Trainline, Argos, all the nice Christmassy ones as well, like Boots and Photo Box and Not on the High Street and Etsy. I won't sit and list all 6,000, don't worry, but it is all of them. It's all of the retailers that people are shopping with anyway, even things like Just Eat and Uber Eats and Domino's. So when you want to get a takeaway, all of that can go through Easy Fundraising and all of that can raise donations for you. And a little later, I'll talk to you about some of the really big donations from some of the retailers that we work with, but I won't touch on that now. I'll come back to that shortly. So I thought I'd do you a quick demo of, if you are a shopper, how you actually use the site, so you can see how easy it is for somebody to raise a donation for you. So I'm just going to go back to, I'm just going to go to my slides. Hold on, off my slides and onto the site. Okay, so this is the Easy Fundraising site. I'm currently logged in as my colleague Roisin, and she supports 227th Holy Name Brownies. This is what the Easy Fundraising site looks like to a shopper. So if you wanted to shop, all you do is simply search up here for the retailer that you want to shop with. We'll use John Lewis. You click on that and you will then be taken to a page that just tells you a little bit of information about what donation you're going to get. So at the moment, unless you're buying an Apple, Android or smart product, everything you buy through John Lewis is going to get you a 3% donation. And all you do is you click on any one of these pink buttons. They all go to the same place, and you'll see that I'm just going now to the John Lewis website. And that's it. I'm shopping exactly as normal. I'm on the John Lewis site. If I've got a John Lewis account, I can log in as normal. But because I've started at Easy Fundraising, if I buy something, then 3% of what I buy is going to go to Roisin's Brownie Group at no extra cost to me. So it really is that simple. All we're doing is taking you to the John Lewis website. John Lewis know that you've come from Easy Fundraising, and they know that if you buy something, that they need to give a donation to your good cause. So that's one way to do it. The other way is, if you don't know who you want to shop with, but you know what you want to buy, if you go to Shop to Raise, we have all of our categories listed. So let's say you wanted to book a holiday, for example. So if I went to travel and I went to holiday packages, I'll then get a list of all of the different retailers that we work with, that partner with us, and the donation rate that you'll get from those. So I won't scroll through all of them, but as an example here, Thomas Cook, were you to go and buy book a holiday, it's a 1% donation. And actually, on average, a family in the UK spends £1,700 on their annual summer holiday as an average. So, you know, 1% of that, you've raised £17 straight away just by doing what you were going to do anyway. You were already going to buy a holiday through Thomas Cook. You've just done it through Easy Fundraising instead. And again, all you do is you just click shop now and you're out to the Thomas Cook site. You shop as normal, you book your holiday and you've raised a donation. So it is as simple as that. So bear with me, I shall just go back to my slides. So that's how to use the site to raise donations. I thought I'd cover off a few FAQs now that you might have already popped into your head. You don't have to be a charity to use Easy Fundraising. It's open to voluntary groups, CIC, social enterprises, any not-for-profit organisation or for good organisation is able to use Easy Fundraising. You can be a charity, of course, if you want, that's fine as well, but you don't have to be. We took a decision really early on, back in 2007 when we started, that we didn't want to limit it because we know that a lot of smaller organisations don't have charitable status. It won't cost you anything and it won't cost your supporters anything. And we are funded by the retailers, so that's how we get our money. They pay us a commission, which we take at the start of the journey. So it's not coming off what you raise. So when you see 3% on the John Lewis page that I just showed you, that's the total amount that you as your organisation will get, because we've already been funded from the retailer. We also, you might see sometimes that there might be a banner on our site. There was one the other day that was it was for Trainline, I think, because they've got an increased donation and they wanted to promote it. Sometimes retailers will pay to go in those spots. And again, that's how we get our donations. But you don't need to worry, because we're not selling your information onto those retailers or anything like that. We're not selling the information of your supporters. All we're doing is taking you to the retailer's website. So you don't need to worry in that sense. You will be paid your donations every 3 months. So what we do is we total up everything that's been raised by all the people supporting you. And I'm going to talk to you in a minute about how you get your supporters on board. We total it all up every 3 months and we pay it to you by bank transfer or by check. You just let us know how you want that money. You don't have to draw it down. You don't have to ask us for it. Or you just have to have raised £15 in the quarter to trigger a payment. But if you haven't raised £15, don't worry, it just moves to the next quarter. You're never going to lose that money. It's always there. And as soon as you've raised your 15, you'll get a payment in the next payment run. How much could you raise? Well, the sky is the limit, really. We do have many organisations raising thousands and thousands of pounds with us every year. But I like to give a kind of a benchmark that I think is reasonable for you guys to achieve. So someone just doing a normal amount of online shopping, so nothing excessive, not buying loads of things or buying really frequently, just an average amount of online shopping, should be able to raise about £30 a year for you. So if you times that by the number of people that might support you, so 10 supporters, £300. But then on top of that, you have got things like travel, and I will talk to you later about other bigger donations as well that you can raise as well. So 300 for 10 supporters is just a kind of a rough benchmark to give you an idea. And this is, I think, a good example, actually. So these guys registered with us last August. So they are local to Birmingham, and they support children with additional needs and their families. They have 12 supporters and they've raised over £500 in 15 months. And, you know, that's money that they wouldn't have had ordinarily. They use the tools that we provide to help them get supporters on board. I'll touch on that in a minute, but I feel like they're not a huge organisation. They don't have lots and lots of supporters, and they've had over £500 in free funding in less than 18 months. So how to get started? So if you do think that easy fundraising could work for your organisation, all you do is go to, I shall just click it off that there, is you go to this link here, and I'll pop it in the chat at the end as well, and also perhaps send it around on email as well if Catherine's able to. So you just go to that page, and that's just a landing page that we've set up for the community connected to CAM. You just put your cause name in there, your organisation name, and click sign us up. We'll then ask you for a few bits of information. So who you are, what your organisation is raising for. As I said at the start, it doesn't have to be a specific project. You can just put, this is what our organisation does, and a description of that. You don't have to say we are raising X amount of money to do this, that and the other. We will, you can upload a logo as well if you want to, and you also upload how you would like us to pay you. You don't have to do all that straight away. You can get set up without having to do all those bits and pieces. You can come back. So if you didn't have your cause payment details to hand at the time, you can come back and add those in later. It's really quick to get started. Once you have registered, you'll then have a page that looks a little bit like this. So it might look a bit different because we're just testing a few different types of page design at the moment. But it will broadly look like this. And the key thing is it will have this button here that says support this cause. So this is your page on the Easy Fundraising site. You can see here that Poole Athletic Club have put a bit of info. I just cut it off on the screen grab there, but you could put a bit of information about your organisation. You could put logo, etc., etc. And all you're going to be doing is sending the link to this page out to anybody that would like to support you. And we've got lots of tools to help you do that. I'll come on to that in a minute. You just send the link to your list of supporters as an example. They will come to this page and they click support this cause. All they need to do is put in their name and their email address. We're not asking them for anything else. We don't need any financial information or anything like that off them because they're not shopping with us, they're shopping with the retailer. So we're not taking any of their personal details, just a name and an email address. And then we know then that they support you. And every time they use the Easy Fundraising site to shop, we know that they're supporting you. They don't have to keep telling us every time. They will continue to support you every time they log in. You are their cause. Once you've registered as well, you can book a session with one of our fundraising coaches. They're just free sessions over the phone, one-to-one at a time to suit you. You'll have access to a little calendar where you can book the time that you want to do it. And they'll just basically answer any questions you've got, sort of talk through much as I've done here, but just in more detail and more bespoke to you. So if you had specific questions, or you said, this is what I want to do, or how do I do this, or blah, 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 they'll just talk you through everything you need to do to get started, to get the message out to your supporters. The coaches are great. They spend all day, every day talking to good causes. So they're really knowledgeable. They have lots of knowledge about all manner of things in the third sector, but they'll just get you up and running. You don't have to have a session. They're entirely optional, and you can come back at a later date and have one if you want to just get going and see how you go. That's absolutely fine. But if you want to book one, I would recommend it. They're great, and they normally take about 20-25 minutes. But if you've only got 5 minutes to spare, just tell the coach at the start, I've just got a couple of questions. Here are my questions, and they'll answer them for you and get you up and running. So you've registered your organisation, you've had your coaching call, and what you want to do now is get your supporters on board. So what we have is lots and lots of ready written content and tools to help you really easily spread the word, to get your supporters registering to support you and then shopping with you. So I'm going to go back to the site and I'm going to show you. I'm also going to talk to you a little bit about something that we've got going on in November, which is our £15 bonus donations. So just bear with. All right, here we go. So what we do is we have an area of the site called Promote My Cause. It's up here. And if you click on that, you'll come to this area, a fundraising toolkit. And in here has got everything you should need to really simply and easily and quickly tell your supporters that you're using Easy Fundraising and ask them to support you. So I'll give you an example. So say you're brand new, you might want to go here to get started. If you click on find out more, what we've done here is put lots of different ready written wording in all the different forms of communication that we know that our causes typically use. So let's say you communicate via Facebook typically. So you could just copy and paste this post here. And because I'm logged in as Roisin at the moment, it's automatically populated here with her cause name. So when you log in, it will automatically be populated with your cause name. So you don't even have to think about that. It's automatically done for you. And what it's also got is the link to the page for people to go to support you. So all you would do is just copy that, click post to Facebook. I'm hoping this will work because my Wi-Fi is a little bit temperamental today. I think we're getting there. Yeah, and you'll see it's populated an image. You just paste your wording into there and click post, and off you go. You've posted out about Easy Fundraising. Perhaps you don't use Facebook, perhaps you use Twitter or WhatsApp, or you would like to email people. Again, it's all here for you. You literally just copy and paste. If you have a website and you wanted to put some information on your website, you can click here. And there's lots of different things like banners and wording and imagery, everything that you might need. This is all things that our causes over the years have said it'd be really useful if we had this. So we've done that for them. And if there's something that you think, oh, this is how we communicate, this is what we would like, then just get in touch and let us know, because we like to try and add things to this area all the time. So down the side here, you've got everything that you might need. So if I just scroll down, just give you some of the ones that are really popular. So posters and flyers. So let's say you've got an event, or your premises are in a community hall and there's somewhere that you can have flyers out. You could download an Easy Fundraising flyers and hand those out. You can, if you have, perhaps you've got an event coming up or an AGM or something like that, you could go to presentations and guides, and there's PowerPoint presentations and downloadable guides to explain what Easy Fundraising is all about. There's tons of information here. And it's not just about letting people know that you've joined Easy Fundraising. It's also, there's lots of tools here to help you keep reminding them. So again, as an example, if I go to Facebook here by channel, what we've got here is lots of different messages for Facebook. So we've got the we've registered one here, and if I scroll down, you've got one that is to remind supporters. You've got one here which I really like, which if you've already started to raise and you might want to let supporters know, great news, you've already raised £52, keep going, you can do that. If you do have a particular target or a particular thing that you're raising for, you could use this copy. And the key is just reminding your supporters regularly that they can raise for you just by doing what they're doing anyway. And the really good thing about this area as well is it isn't just you as the person that's registered the organisation that has access. Any of your supporters will have access to this area. Providing they're supporting you, they can come here and they can spread the word as well. So perhaps you're the person that's registered, but you don't do the newsletters, or you're not in charge of social, but you do have somebody that is, then providing they've registered to support you, they can come here and grab all of this copy. And again, it will be populated with the right cause name and the right cause link to make it really, really simple. You'll always find new messages in here, this month's messages here. So if you just think, oh, well, what can I say to my supporters now? And I've told them that we've registered and I want to encourage them. So Black Friday's coming up. I think it's next week or the week after, end of November. So you might want to remind supporters that if they're planning to get a bargain in the Black Friday sales, then they can do it through Easy Fundraising. So again, you can just grab all the copy and wording there. You'll always find up-to-date relevant wording here. We've got a really nice competition at the moment called Spin to Win, which loads of us causes and supporters are getting really involved with. It's just you just go to the site each day and there's a wheel and you can click to spin the wheel and you can win from 10p to I think it's £5 every day in a donation, or you can win an entry into our prize draw to win £10,000. So if you wanted to encourage your supporters to do that, I won something yesterday. I won 50p yesterday for Roisin's cause. So there's always lots of nice different things here that you can go out and tell your supporters about. Now, I promised you I'd talk to you about refer a friend as well. So at the moment, so firstly, we always have refer a friend. So if supporters join through your special link here, if they sign up and support you, normally, once they've raised their first £5 in their first 12 months, we match it. So they raised £5 in 12 months, we will give you another £5. But just for November, it's gone up to 15. So if they've raised £15 in their first 12 months, they've got a whole year to do it, we will give you another £15. And the really good thing about it in November is usually the refer a friend link is this special link here. But during November, any of these links in here, so by this I mean, so again, if I go to this month's messages and I go to Black Friday, any of the links that we've populated in this area through November, if anyone joins through any of those links, it will trigger the refer a friend scenario. So once they've raised 15 in 12 months, we will give them 15. So say normally the refer a friend is just through this special link up here, but through November, any supporters that join you through any of these links, however they, whether they see it on Facebook or whether they see it in a newsletter, they just have to raise £15 in 12 months and we will double it. And it's really achievable to raise 15. I'll show you in a minute how supporters can really easily do that. So yeah, once you've registered, come here, come to promote my cause, get some messages out there to your supporters, get your other supporters that to also come here and spread the word as well, and just keep reminding supporters that they can raise for you whenever they shop. So back to my slides. So we've done promote my cause, we've done refer a friend. So I'm going to touch on a few different things that we've done to sort of hopefully make fundraising even easier for you. So we have an app. It's on Android and iOS. It's free and it works in exactly the same way as the website. You simply search for the retailer you want to shop with, click out, you raise a donation. you can do everything on the app that you can do on the site. So you can book in that coaching call. You can check out all of those fundraising tools I just showed you. They're all available on the app as well. You can also do refer a friend on the app. It says £5 here, but that's just because my screenshot is out of date. But it's really nice on the app actually, because you can, it generates a QR code. So you could literally just get a supporter to scan that QR code with their phone, and they'll automatically go to your page and can sign up. So it's refer a friend on the app is really, really good, really easy. Also with the fundraising toolkit, it's really easy on the phone as well, because for example, you could perhaps you communicate via WhatsApp with some of your supporters. You can really simply send a WhatsApp message. And somebody said to me recently, I thought it was so true. People sometimes you might ignore, somebody puts a Facebook post up, you might scroll through it, but everybody opens a WhatsApp message. If you see a WhatsApp that there's a number 1 on your WhatsApp icon, you're going to open it. So actually WhatsApp's a really good way, and you can use all of the Promote My Cause tools for WhatsApp. And what we've also got now is our activity feed. So this was specifically created in response to what Causes asked us for. So if you've got the app and your supporters have got the app, you as the admin can send them a message, so like a push notification that would appear on their phone. So we've seen some lovely examples of people using this recently. So Causes saying, "Oh, great news, guys! We've raised £50 this week." So in fact, one of them said, "I don't know what you guys are buying, but it's really working. Keep doing it." So you can just send little personalised messages to all of your supporters. Don't worry about safety and security, because your supporters have to opt in to receive those messages. So you're not sending them anything that they haven't asked for, and it's all completely GDPR compliant, and it's all completely secure. So I know that's sometimes a concern for people, but you're not spamming people. You will only be able to send a message to a supporter if they have said, yes, that's okay with me. So it's just a nice way to keep them motivated, tell them about really big donations, tell them about Spin to Win, thank them for donations that they've raised. Yes, providing they've got the app and you've got the app, you'll be able to do that really simply. We also have our donation reminder. So we created this because human nature is that people will forget. If you are in the habit of, or if you shop online with Marks and Spencer's all the time, you're just used to going to the Marks and Spencer's website. You might go to the Marks and Spencer's website, buy something, and then think, I didn't go through Easy Fundraising. And if you haven't gone through Easy Fundraising, the retailer doesn't know and they won't pay the donation. So what we did is we created the donation reminder. It works on desktops and laptops. Doesn't work on mobiles yet, but watch this space because we are working on it. And all you do is download it to your desktop or your laptop. And if you are on a retailer's website and they are a retailer, an Easy Fundraising partner retailer, it will pop you up a message. Basically, it will alert you, this is an Easy Fundraising retailer. All you do is click Get Donation, and it will automatically log you into your Easy Fundraising account in the background. So it basically knows you're an Easy Fundraising user, knows Marks and Spencer's is an Easy Fundraising retailer. It joins the dots and it will log you in the background, and if you buy something, you won't miss a donation. If you were just browsing and you thought, I'm not really going to buy anything now, you could just click Remind Me Later, and that notification, as soon as you click Get Donation or Remind Me Later, that notification goes away. Don't worry, it's not sitting there the whole time. But let's say you weren't going to buy anything, you were just browsing, but then you saw an amazing pair of shoes and you thought, I must buy them. When you get to the basket, you check out, you'll get another notification if you haven't triggered your donation by that point. So it will just go, oh, do you want to get a donation? And you go, oh yes, I do. So you just click Get Donation, and that's all you need to do. The other thing it does is if you are searching in Google for a product or so let's say you're searching for children's shoes, it will come up with all of your search results. If any Easy Fundraising retailers are included in those search results, it will have an Easy Fundraising icon next to it, and it will tell you what the donation amount is. And if you click that search listing, so let's say you search children's shoes and Clark's comes up as one of the retailers, they are one of our retailers, you click that listing, again, it will log you in. And if you buy something, you'll be able to get your donation. And the last thing it's great for is that we have over 6,000 retailers, so it is not possible to know them all. So you might be on a retailer's website without even knowing that they're Easy Fundraising, or we might have just added them. We recently added Iceland and we added Aldi. So you might not know that they're an Easy Fundraising retailer, but if you have the donation reminder, it does know, and it won't let you miss a donation. There's a couple of retailers that don't work with the toolbar, with the donation reminder toolbar. So Amazon, for example, they don't work with this kind of technology. So if you want to raise a donation with Amazon, you just have to use the app or the website. You won't get a notification, unfortunately, but you can still get your donation through the website or the app. So that's the donation reminder, and that's the app. In Promote My Cause, you will find wording to explain this to supporters, how the donation reminder works, how the app works, and encourage them to get it. People who have the donation reminder in particular, they raise money without even thinking about it. They don't even have to remember to log in. They'll just be raising as they go along. So it's a really good tool to make sure that you're capturing all of those donations as simply as possible. So where are the big donations that I talked about earlier? So most of our retailers will give a certain percentage. So like Don Lewis was 3% at the moment. But for some retailers, they don't know how much you're going to spend. And so what I mean is things like car insurance, home insurance, mobiles, utilities, that sort of thing. Anything where you have to take a contract. They don't necessarily know how much you're going to spend with them. Let's say you took a contract out with Vodafone, you know what your monthly payments are going to be, but you might also buy a top up, or you might go over your limit. So they don't know how much you're going to spend, so they can't give it you as a percentage. So instead, what they do is they give a much larger one-off donation. So this can be up to sort of 60, 70, 80 pounds sometimes. And they'll just give it you as a one-off. So Sky is one at the moment. I think their donation for one of their TV packages is something like £47. So you've only got to get a couple of people doing that in a year, and you've raised £100. And particularly things like car insurance and home insurance, I think of them as boring grown-up purchases, but we all have to do them, and we don't do them face-to-face on the high street anymore. We don't go to a broker's, we do it online. So the chances are the majority of your supporters will be doing something like that every year. They might be insuring a pet or a home, or changing their gas and electric. They'll all be doing that online, and they can raise donations. So USwitch is one of our retailers. So you can go onto USwitch via Easy Fundraising, and you can compare all of the energy prices, quite topical at the moment. And I think it's a £12 donation if you then switch. Aviva car insurance, I think, is £20 at the moment. So they're all much larger one-off amounts. So it's really worth telling your supporters about that and saying, if you're planning on insuring your car, just see if you can do it through Easy Fundraising. It's only for new policy, so retailers won't give donations if you're re-insuring with the same retailer. It's just the way, unfortunately, retailers prioritise new customers. But actually, it's quite a good message to give to supporters, because best practice from people like Martin at Money Saving Expert, he will always say, don't go with your existing provider when you come for renewal, because you'll get a better deal with a new provider. We've all had that situation where you get your insurance policy come through, your renewal, and you go, why has that gone up £40 a year when I haven't claimed? So it's quite a good message to give to your supporters. See if you could get a better deal. You perhaps use USwitch or go compare. They're both retailers we work with. Get a better deal, plus you can raise a donation at the same time. So that's household bills. You'll find wording again in Promote My Cause to tell your supporters about that. Travel is a great one, as I mentioned earlier. On average, a family in the UK will spend £1,700 on their family holiday. Obviously, I know some people will spend much, much less. Some people will spend much, much more. But on average, that's how much it costs for a family holiday. Handful of people doing that at 1% or 2% donation. There's also things like Trainline. So if people are traveling regularly by train, so if you've got people that need to travel for business by Trainline, you can raise money that way. People like booking.com, that's a 4% donation at the moment. So that's great. And that's again for business or leisure. Even things like you can get donations on buying your holiday currency, your airport parking, every element of your holiday, you can raise money. And it's not just foreign holidays, you've got lots of UK providers as well, lots of cottage retailers, people like Travelodge, all sorts of things. And then lastly, business. So if you have any people amongst your supporter base that need to buy for business, so by that I mean, like, do they travel for business? Do they need to buy laptops and desktops? Do you have someone that's the office manager and has to buy ink and toner for their office? Like our office manager, we always have a cause that we support. She does all of our buying through Viking. They're one of our retailers and we support a charity of the year through that. She buys things like the multi-packs of tea and coffee. She buys the loo roll. She buys the ink and the toner and the paper. Things like that can really boost your donations because businesses tend to spend more than an average consumer. So do you as an organisation, do you have things that you need to buy? Do you need new office chairs? Do you need new laptops? Anything like that, you can do all of those through retailers like Viking and Staples and PC World Business and Dow Business. Do you have any supporters that do that? Or do you have any businesses that have supported you previously that you could go to and say, if you're buying things, could you do it through Easy Fundraising? Just sign up as a supporter of ours, get you off the person who's doing the buying. Again, it won't cost them extra. It's a great example of this. I've got a cause who one of their supporters is he is the buying manager for a halls of residence, a uni halls of residence. So he has to buy daily through Viking. He buys light bulbs and loo roll and cleaning products and everything and anything. You can imagine the things you need to keep a halls of residence running. He was already shopping through Viking and then he realised that they were an Easy Fundraising retailer. He has the donation reminder actually. So he just asked his boss if it was okay if he did the company shopping through Easy Fundraising. The boss said, is it going to cost me more? And he said no, and he said that's fine. So he has a donation reminder installed and all of his Viking shopping now raises money for his cause, and he's raised about £500 on his own in a year just by doing what he was doing anyway. So have a think, is there anyone buying for business in and around your network? Right, I'm coming to the end now. You'll be glad to know I'm running out of steam. So 3-point action plan, create that page for your organisation. The link's on the next page and we'll share it as well. Spread the word using the free fundraising tools and do it in November because that's when we've got the £15 refer a friend. In December, it will still have refer a friend. It will go back to £5. So do it this month. They've got a whole 12 months to raise that £15. And then just think about how you can boost your funds even more with those bigger donations. So think about travel, think about insurance, think about business. And you don't have to have lots of supporters to be raising money. It can just be a core of supporters. We have a cause we've been working with lately called Martineau Gardens. They came in to see us yesterday actually, and they only registered in May, and they only have, well, they have 2 supporters now, but they only had 1 supporter for quite all of that time. It was the lady that had registered. And she's raised £120 on her own since May. And they're now sort of trying to get more people involved. So it can be you. When you register with your cause with us, you become supporter number 1. So you don't have to register again. You'll be the first supporter and you can also shop and raise. And yeah, you don't have to have lots of supporters. You just need to have supporters using it regularly. So yeah, here's the links again. If you need them, I'll pop it in the chat afterwards. So register. Oh, sorry, I've just clicked off that, but we'll share it afterwards. Yeah, register through. Let me pop it in the chat for you now. So it's let me put it in here. Register through this link. Book your coaching call. You'll get the opportunity to book a coaching call once you register. So they will ask you if you want to have one. You don't have to, but if you do, I would recommend it. And if you need to contact me, this is my email address, and it is my job to support good causes. So you can ask me anything. You can ask me now, you can ask me later, you can ask me in 6 months' time. It's my job. So don't be shy to ask if there's something you need or a question or something you don't understand. Yes, Michael, we're going to send the video round afterwards. Is that okay, Catherine? Perfect. Okay, so any questions at the moment?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm quite happy to send the video round. So once we stop recording, I can sort that out.
Great. Okay. But yeah, as I say, do drop me an email if you think. Also, one thing I would say is if you think that your organisation might be registered already and you're not sure, because sometimes we get it that somebody might have registered a while ago and then they've left the organisation, you can just register again. And if we find a duplicate in our system, we will just merge the old one into your new one. So if you did have any supporters, we will just merge it into the new one, or you can just get in touch with me and I can sort it out for you, because that sometimes does happen, that somebody moves on and they haven't left the login details. So just register again and we'll sort it out at our end for you.
Okay, well, people are thinking of questions. I'd just like to say a big thank you, Becky. There was a lot of information there.
Sorry, it's lots and lots of information.
No, that's fine. It's good. It helps people to understand how they can use it.
I'll send the slides to you as well, Catherine, so you could send those out.
Send those out, thank you. But I've got experience both as a supporter of a number of different organisations, and it is very easy just doing what you need to do anyway, as you say, your insurance for the house, for the car, if you're booking a weekend away, your ordinary shopping, particularly at this time of year. As a supporter, you do soon very quickly just add up donations for your charity or your organisation that you're supporting. But also as an organisation, having worked in a small charity for a number of years and encouraging our supporters to use Easy Fundraising, again, it brought in a small steady income for the organisation that we wouldn't otherwise have had. And as Becky said back at the beginning, it is unrestricted income, so you can do whatever you want to with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, it is money that it's available from the retailer, so you might as well have it. My colleague always explains it really well, actually. If you're Googling washing machines and you go to the Good Housekeeping website and they give you a list of top 10 washing machines and you click on one that's you can buy on AO.com as an example, then AO.com will be paying Good Housekeeping to get you to that site. So you might as well do it through Easy Fundraising, and it might as well be your organisation that's benefiting from that money, rather than Good Housekeeping as an example. No disrespect to Good Housekeeping, it's just an example. If you're clicking links on the internet, invariably someone somewhere is getting paid if somebody buys something. So just make it be your organisation. Will supporters be committing to anything else? No, absolutely not. So when they register, as I say, they only need to give us their name and their email address. We will send them emails to help them raise. So we'll tell them about retailers, we'll remind them. People can opt out of emails. You don't have to have a single email from us if you don't want to. But we'll just email people to go, or these are some really good donations this week, or for example, we have our spin to win competition, why don't you try and win something? But they're not committed to doing anything. They're not giving us any information or anything like that, and we're not passing that information on. They can use it as much or as little as they want. There's no sort of if they haven't used it, we're going to kick them off or anything like that. So that they're not committed to doing anything else. Basically, it's just really a case of reminding them to use Easy Fundraising just to raise that bit of money as they shop, as they would be doing anyway.
Becky, one thing I may well have missed this, but can you just explain or remind people how and when they get the donations, how frequently they come and so on?
Yeah, absolutely. So we total up everything that's been raised by everyone that's supporting you, and we pay that every 3 months. We pay it quarterly. So the quarterly blocks are January to March, April to June, July to September, October to December. So at the moment we're in Q4, so everything that's being raised in Q4 will be totaled up at the end of Q4 in January, and then we will pay it to your organisation all in one go. So it doesn't go to the supporter and they have to give it to you. It goes to you, and it goes in one lump sum every 3 months. You have to have raised £15 in the quarter to trigger that payment, and if you haven't, it just goes to the next quarter. You wouldn't lose it. And you don't have to ask us for it, providing you've raised £15, we will automatically pay you by bank transfer or cheque. You just tell us when you register your organisation, you let us know how you would like to be paid. You as the admin, as the person that registered, you have access to put in bank details. None of your supporters have access to anything like that at all. So you've got secure access, if you like, and only you could go in, and if you wanted to be paid by cheque but now you want to be paid by bank transfer, only you can go in and amend that. So you have the complete control there. Yeah, and that's how we pay every 3 months. You should get a payment from us. And we'll also send you an email as well to let you know how much you've been paid, and we'll also let your supporters know as well, because it's really good to let them know the difference they're making. It really helps them to keep going. If they go, oh, look at that, we've helped do that, so they'll also get an email to say we're paying your cause and this is how much they've raised.
Thank you. Okay, are there any other questions? No, well, in that case, I'll just say thank you again, Becky. If anyone does have any queries, you've got Becky's contact details. You've also got mine, so just come back and ask us.
Yeah,
I will send out the video as long as I have successfully captured it, and certainly the slides will be coming out to you.
Great, yeah, I'll send those over to you this afternoon.
All right, well, thank you for your time, everyone.
Thank you, nice to meet you all. Thank you, bye-bye.